and black trash by Charles Mills. Mills points out that race and space are interconnected. He points out that white polity has excluded people of color from the social contract, creating a difference between white and black space. Doing this, society operates within a racial contract rather than an unbiased social contract. Blacks were compared to death, the sinister, while whites were referred to as purity, beauty, virginity. Because people of color are on the outside of the social contract, it means that the black space are labeled by the whites as being unworthy compared to white spaces. It was seen as blacks contaminated the whites. Blacks were often seen as not real human beings and no self-worth. This digs into classism because they could not get a higher social class or better economic income because they were black. The significance of the reading was about how blacks became a negative part of society and how they have to challenge their own status as racialized perceives the black trash of the white body politic. In Colored Property and White Backlash by David Fraun, Fraun talks about the social contract in which he says it is a racial contract. It characterized by the political domination of whites over non-whites, in which whiter persons are seen as more valuable than non-whites. The significance of the study was to show that race and politics are not easily separated. In the reading, the mayor of Detroit neighborhood made it difficult for blacks to own property, and whites in the community often supported him. Black people did not own property, and if they did, they were often hated on by whites within the community. Blacks were seen as a disturbance to property value, which led to black and white living. It was once normal for housing and property owners associations to fight to ensure that white suburban neighborhoods remained off limits for the black ghetto poor. This has made it difficult for people of the ghetto poor to use their skills that may have to get a proper job in suburban areas. Owning property represented power. Real estate was inherently racist by nature. In Existential Dynamics of Theorizing Black Invisibility by Lewis Gordon, blacks are not seen as human beings until they are guilty of a crime. Blacks are being oppressed and discriminated, leading to them feeling invisible. This ties with consciousness and how we see ourselves. This is the breaking down into being sadius and masochist. Sadius is denial of the body, in which you reject situations of life consciously, easier said, as denied being seen, heard, or felt, or wholly by flesh. Masochist is denial of consciously, denial of being seen, and reject subjectively. This means that they deny the fact that they can see themselves as seen by other people. Blacks are only subjective, not objective. All three stories relate to each other, and they all show segregation and the effects on the black mind. They all deal with blacks in an anti-black world. This also leads to racism and segregation, which turns into feeling invisible. Whites are all seen as superior and pure in all three stories, while blacks are seen as contamination.